Good morning. We are live on Instagram this morning. We're from the garden. Bob is putting in some extra work over there. He's turned into our garden guy.
Hi, Bob.
We got Mike and Kylie who've been out working in the garden this morning.
Hello.
What have you been covering, Kylie?
So apparently the summer of scratchy throats is a thing.
Summer of scratchy throats, okay.
So we've had air quality issues.
Is this vodka? What's in here?
This is coconut water, salt, sugar, and a little lemon.
Okay.
It's a little kind of electrolyte drink that you can make at home.
Okay.
It's supposed to help clear your throat.
And this
So I'm
is
trying
weather
that this
related.
morning. It's weather related. So we've had about 40% of our days have been, we've had air quality issues, a high pollution advisory that's been issued by ADEQ.
Yes.
And so that combined with our sustained hot temperatures has created some issues. You know, you get irritants in your airways, your throat being one of them. So you get mucus production. And so that's, you're doing this.
Yeah.
And apparently people have been coming into Banner Urgent Care saying like, hey, I think I have a strep throat or what.
Yeah.
And sometimes it just turns out to be an irritated throat. So anyways, we're talking about home remedies. And this is a drink that you can try at home.
All right. Well, when are we going for some real drinks, Kylie? We're overdue.
Oh, this week? Just tell me when.
But in all seriousness, these ozone high pollution advisories that we have been getting, they do make it tough to breathe. And doctors are saying, you know, that in Arizona with our ozone issues getting worse, we have some of the worst pollution in the country, but it's not for the reasons that you would think. It's ozone pollution. And it's kind of easy to forget that because ozone's an invisible pollutant, so you'd see skies that are nice and clear, and yet we would have high levels of ozone. Okay, sorry, they're talking in my ear now. I'm going to set this down. We are about to go live from the garden with your weather forecast. Let's see if I can get that to stand up. There we go. All right. Happy Monday, everybody. Did you have a good weekend? I wish I could get that to be a little less blown out there on the lighting. Is that a little bit better? All right, we'll try that. All right, hopefully everybody had a great weekend. We got a pretty serious crash, and so that's why Gina is on right now talking about this crash right now. It's with actually a police vehicle. We just got the information in that the reason that they crashed was they swerved to miss a dog that was in the roadway there. So we're standing by to go live next here with your forecast. We're tracking some changes for this new week ahead, including some slightly cooler temperatures. We're all ready for that. And updated storm chances. All right, I better stand by here and listen and do my job. Got the iPad ready to go here with your graphics. Okay. All right, standing by. Yeah, lots of traffic trouble this morning. Gina's got her hands full here covering many different issues. Surface streets, freeways, water main issues. All right. Sorry, we're on standby here. We're waiting for our here we go. Hey, good morning, Arizona. We are live in the Today's Patio Garden with your Monday forecast. We're heading into a brand new week. The weekend was fairly mild. We only hit 105 yesterday, which we're happy to be just near normal after so many days in a row of 100-degree and higher temperatures, so many days of 110 and higher. And so today will be about the same. We're going to go for a high of about 106. This morning, though, it's actually not too bad out here. We've mainly been in the 80s around town this morning, although Sky Harbor downtown has climbed just a little bit into the low 90s. That's a look downtown right now where current temperatures are in the low 90s. And just as I suspected, there we go, graphics are lagging a little bit this morning on a Monday. 91 degrees, winds out of the southeast at 5 miles per hour. Dew point is at 63 degrees right now. There's a look at your satellite and radar picture here. We've got high pressure centered off to our east. Monsoon flow continues. A southeasterly flow today is going to bring storms from southeastern and southern Arizona, potentially into the valley. It's about a 20% chance for today. But you see that area of low pressure off the Pacific Northwest coast there? That is going to bring dry air into our region for the next next couple of days, really cutting our storm chances after today and tomorrow. Upper 70s today for Flagstaff, 86 in Prescott, 82 for a high today in Show Low, 101 for Casa Grande, and 106 for the Valley. About 106 again for tomorrow, and then temperatures come up a little bit with the arrival of that drier air. We'll be flirting with 110 Thursday and Friday, but storm chances are very slim for the middle of this week. They pick back up slightly as we head toward your Friday and your Saturday. We'll send it back inside to you. All right, so that's our forecast for this week as we look for a few changes. So a little bit of a monsoon break, I think. Toward the middle of this week, you heard me say chances are not great for storms here in the valley. Really, they're just higher in eastern Arizona. Our moisture kind of gets pushed off to the east into eastern Arizona and the White Mountains, and storm chances will stay elevated there. But everywhere else in the state, we're going to have a couple of, I think, quiet days before things ramp back up. By the weekend, we've had a near normal monsoon season so far. We've had some active days. I think we're a little bit below average on our rainfall totals for the monsoon, but we've still got a ways to go. We've got the rest of August and September. So let's cross our fingers and hope for that. The next couple of days look mild with temperatures near 106. Let's see who's up here with us this morning. Robin Hinkle, good morning. Joan, Scott, Eugene. The weather for Winslow. We all have storm chances today, but similar setup for this week. Eugene in Winslow, where you'll get a break, I think, from the storms around the middle of this week, and things will stay quiet for a couple days and then ramp back up for the weekend. Metalhead, Peter, Chris Charlie says good morning to April and Bob. Bob, hey. Good morning. Good morning. Randy Park, a good morning to you. Fernandez. Peggy says good morning. See inside. Lauren says good morning too. I'm passing on all your good mornings. Hey, Sherry, good morning. One of my friends is on here this morning. And Joe says, hope your weekend was beautiful, but they go so fast. Yeah, I would agree. All right, so we spent a little time outside this weekend. You know what I wanted to talk about? New podcast episode. I did my second podcast episode. So we have a weather team podcast. It's called Beyond the Green Screen. So on there you'll find podcasts from Royal and Scene and Paul and Ian, and Holly has done a couple great ones too. And you can go on there and we talk about all different topics, most of them weather related. And my first one was on my favorite places in Arizona, and I interviewed Royal Norman. My second one was about the movie Twisters. Have you guys seen Twisters? Who's seen Twisters? I loved it. I really loved it. I interviewed Mike Obinski. He is an Arizona-based storm chaser, but he actually spends much of his summer in the Plain States chasing out there. So I had him on to talk about, what was realistic about that movie, where did they get it a little bit wrong, what was just kind of amusing, and, his thoughts on that movie as well. So you can find that wherever you find podcasts. Got a helicopter flying over us here. Apple, Spotify, wherever you find your podcast. It's also on YouTube, by the way, and that's got the video with it as well. You can watch us do that interview. But don't listen to the podcast if you haven't seen the movie yet, because it's full of spoilers. Spoiler alert. So check that out. If you've seen the movie and you have thoughts on it, I'd love to hear them as well. All right, I'm going to head back inside. We got 2 more hours. Good morning, Arizona. Hope you can join us.